this. Okay. Alright, so here's our tarantula, our baby tarantula. She's so gorgeous. So this is a Chilean Rose, a little baby. I'm not sure if it's a boy or girl, but you can see when she lifts up her bum that is because she's scared, and she would rather throw off the hair of her back onto my hand than bite me. She will tell me if she's going to bite me if she rears up, and before she bites she's giving me plenty of time to do whatever it is that she doesn't like to stop that. But if she's scared, she prefers to throw the hairs on her back at me, which are very itchy and are causing normally like a bit of an allergy. They're like fiberglass, really itchy. But she is very, very placid. She's a very good girl. And they are extremely, extremely fragile. Like now you can see her bum going up a little bit. They're very fragile. If you drop a tarantula even from that height, the back will burst. And you have to be extremely careful when you pick her up with your hand, because the legs will just break immediately. So the best way to pick up a tarantula is either right between the head and the back, in the waist, around the waist here, or just cup her with her hand and just pick her up. But she's so little that I don't even dare doing that, because I don't want to break one of her legs. That's a good girl. Where do you want to go? The interesting thing about tarantulas is that the girls live longer than the boys, because the spiders have got a habit of eating their mate. And so, yeah, and so the girls will get very, very old, and the boys normally not. So most of the tarantulas, the older ones that you see out in the wild, are actually girls. And the Chilean Rose is the best tarantula pet you can have, because they're not poisonous, they're very placid. See how she's now, you see how her back goes up and down?
When Pablo was small, about 2 years old, and we used to go out to the beach, he would pick up big tarantulas, this big. I mean, he couldn't even have it in one hand. He would pick them up with 2 hands.
They're just so beautiful. They're stunning, stunning little creatures, and they're so placid. And I don't quite understand why people are so scared of them, because they're just so, so lovely. They're beautiful, beautiful animals. And so they have a fine little wire coming out at the back, like a string. And sometimes at the moment she doesn't, but when she's in the terrarium, she sets up a trap wire. It's almost like a doorbell for her. So if something comes past it and goes past the wire, it creates a motion, and so she knows something's there, and so she can come from her sleep and go and catch it.
Ahí está la que tú decís que está haciendo la telaraña en el suelo.
Sí.
But gosh, she's so beautiful.
She's tiny.
See, now the back goes up. Yeah, now the back goes up. So there's something. She probably spotted the phone, and she doesn't like the shadow of it. So, I mean, the interesting thing is to get an idea how she perceives her environment. They've obviously got eyes on the top of her head, and they see quite different to us. And it would be interesting to get an idea as to what's okay, what's not okay. And they go by vibration, so she'll feel everything that happens on my hand. But you can see, I'm trying to see, yeah, you can see that her bum is going up depending on what I do with my hand. So she doesn't like that. So, you know, obviously the more quiet it is, the better. The other cool thing with tarantulas is obviously that, they just don't need much food.
No,
not at all. They're just...
one worm a week.
One worm a week and you know, a decent sized cricket.
You gave her two worms the other day, and she was just so fat.
Yeah. Very, very fat.
Yeah, that reminds me of our axolotls. When our axolotls have eaten one big huge goldfish, the legs are up in the air and they can't move. Oh, she's beautiful. Aren't you gorgeous girl, eh? I can't actually see the 8 eyes properly. I only see 2. I don't know where the others are. Maybe those are 8 and they're just so tiny. But see, she hasn't threatened me once. She hasn't She hasn't kind of like said, I'm going to bite you at all, not once. She's been really, really good.
¿Tú ya la tienes hace cuánto? ¿Como 2 semanas?
Yeah. I catch it something like 2 weeks,
2 weeks
ago.
ago.
Yeah, in
So I
Paris.
guess
What a lot of-
she's already getting
Yeah.
used to.
And she was very high, something like 3,000 meters above the sea.
Where did you catch her?
In the mountains.
Wow.
Close to Farillones.
But see, the thing also is that not just that they're so placid, but they're just such amazing creatures in terms of how they live. So these tarantulas, they live in a burrow which is about 45 centimeters deep. Not all tarantulas live like that. Some tarantulas like to climb trees and sleep on there. So if she ever escapes when she's big and you're trying to find her, look for the closest dark spot. That's where she's going to be hiding. So she'll be going on the ground somewhere in a dark corner. And I guess that's the other thing, that if you lose her and you're trying to find her, you don't want to squash her because she's so fragile.
The ones you used to get to catch when you were small, they were in holes.
Yeah.
Where's you gonna go? Where are you gonna go? So yeah, the thing is that people don't understand is they think insects are dumb. But you can tame insects, like we tame insects in New Zealand, or at least I've got a few friends who have. If you can tame insects, then they can learn. If they can learn, then, they're not quite as dumb as people make out. Yeah, it's a good girl. We have in New Zealand an Australian spider, which is an Avondale. Oh, you didn't like that.
No.
An Avondale spider is massive. It's like the size of my hand. Very ugly. Not a pretty spider. Not at all. But I've seen park rangers who have tamed them. And but I would still prefer a tarantula.
Yeah, like Chilean tarantulas, they're not poisonous.
No.
What about that?
No,
the spider in
well,
New Zealand,
we
is
don't
it
have
poisonous?
No, we don't have poisonous spiders in New Zealand. We've got two or three spiders from Australia by now, and but they wouldn't kill you. They might make you a little bit unwell, but that's about it. In actual fact, because I have a lot of reptiles, I had my gecko terrarium infested with a South African species, the false kadipo spider. It's a very beautiful spider, very small, and if it bites you, you feel like you've got the flu for a day. So that's not nice. But there's nothing that would kill you, nothing that would be really dangerous. We've got one Australian spider which is called the whitetail. It's got bacteria in its fangs, so if it bites you, the skin gets infected. So it's not the venom, it's the bacteria. And in most cases, from what I understand, people need antibiotics and they may even need surgery.
Because here in Chile, there's one spider that's poisonous.
There's two, isn't there?
Two.
Son dos, la del rincón.
Yeah.
Ah, y la del trigo. That's
Yeah.
right, there's two.
No, it's all right, baby. It's all good. Not doing anything. Oh, you're gorgeous. We're doing a little bit spider training here, eh? You're going to have a lot of exercise today. We're walking for miles.
You're gonna have to get her another worm. She's gonna be hungry.
Yeah, do make sure that you don't overfatten her. That's not good for her either.
Yeah.
It's very easy to get them too fat.
I learned that I read that if he's very fat and it falls from the glass,
Yeah,
it can break.
that's right. That's right,
Very
because the
easy.
abdomen becomes too heavy.
Yeah.
And
That's why Pablo also put a lot of dirt into the
Yeah.
into the aquarium.
oh, that's
Because I told him
awesome.
it's so high, it should be
Yeah.
it would be nicer if it's low, and he said no because she might fall from the glass and break.
But not only that. What I like about all the dirt is that she is used to building a burrow.
Mm-hmm.
So now she's got the possibility at least to build herself a burrow if she wants to. It'll be interesting if she does.
She'll feel at home.
Aren't you a good little girl? I have to look up how you know actually if it's a girl or boy.
When I found
Sure.
her, I found her inside a sauna in Paria.
Ah, está en la sauna de...
Yeah. I took a picture of her in the top part of the sauna.
I don't even know if now she's upset again. If tarantulas, how many babies they have. I'm guessing that it's the same as with every spider. They lay a nest and then have 500 or 1,000 eggs in there or something. I'm not sure. I have to look it up. Oh, you're a good girl, aren't you? You're a good girl. So pretty. You're so pretty.
She's so tiny.
Oh. Oh, now I can actually see her feet. She's got like little claws on her feet. So
Yeah.
she can hold on to things.
I don't know how she catch the glass and climb through it.
Yeah, it'll be the way the feet are made must be similar to a gecko or something like that. Like our geckos have got claws, but they can't climb glass. No way.
And she climbs glass.
It's incredible.
You're good, aren't you? You're a good girl. You're a good girl.
And it's a she.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm calling her a she because that's probably in German. It's the articulo for araña is female. Oops, sorry,
Same
darling.
as Spanish.
Sorry, darling. Oh, poor thing.
She got scared.
Yeah, because I was worried she was gonna fall down. Sorry, it's all good, darling. Nobody's gonna harm you.
¿Cachai cómo
I
se
see,
ve
now
para
she
como
uses-
antena?
Now she uses the antennas on the back again.
Ah.
She's got 2 antennas on the back, yeah. And she used them at the beginning and then she stopped. Now she's using them again. That's interesting.
Ah, ahí está el hilo.
Yeah, that's where the thread comes out.
Mira, ¿cachai el hilo, Pauli?
Yeah.
Ahí atrás. Mira,
Yeah,
mira,
yeah,
dejó
I
una
can see
tela.
it. So that's where she does the web. But the question is, why does she do it now? Hey, why are you doing it now? Oh, you're beautiful. Nah, didn't like that. Oh, she's scared. So the spiders that you've had before, how long have you had them?
What?
You've
No,
had
he-
spiders before, have you?
No,
No.
he
Oh,
would
this is
catch
the
them
first
and then
time.
he would release